Hello. Hello? Captioner? Okay, there you go, Captioner. Hi. Hope everyone's doing well. For a oh, this is where we left off. Okay. For a relaxed Friday. Hello, Magic. Hope you had a good week. Time to watch the carousel. Which I'm not excited for, because of the achievable that is powered from this. One. How have you been lately, Magic? How has lab been? So the achievement for this, the achievement for this one, pretty good. I'm actually still in lab at the moment. What is your, like, experiment going long? Or are you just hanging out in lab to hang out in lab? Which, honestly, with you, wouldn't surprise me. Sleep control? No. Ooh, yes. So this one, I have to finish the entire carousel without hitting this button. So I have an overnight experiment. I need to drug cells every 2 hours until 3 a.m., then harvest them around 8 a.m. Okay, I have a quick question for you, Magic. As concerned stream father, my question is, at what point are you sleeping? Yes? Because if you have to drug them every 2 hours until 3 a.m., then you have a 5-hour gap, and then you have to harvest them at 8 a.m. That doesn't leave a lot of time for sleeping. I'll sleep whenever my body collapses. That's not something you should be trying for. Stop acting like your momther. Because that's not really a good thing. I hope you realize that. Relatable, also on the collapse schedule right now. Courtney or Royce, whichever just said that, do I need to have some words with you before tomorrow? If it makes you feel better, I was planning to sleep at my desk, which I've done in the past, but kind of sucks. But my professor overheard me mention that I would be here overnight to another student and gave me his office key so I can sleep on the couch he has. Okay, well that's at least a little bit better. Also, I hope everyone enjoys the carousel, because we're going to be doing this for an undisclosed amount of time, and like I said, I can't turn it off for the achievement. This is what I do to myself. Y'all stay up until your body collapses. It's okay. We'll set an alarm to make sure up at a reasonable hour and time for the interview. You will single-handedly make sure we're... So I was like, I was very much worried at what time I should set it, because I normally stream on Saturdays, right? And so I was like, oh, well, like, this is, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know. Every good carousel should have a bat. What? A bat? What? Okay. So I was like, oh, well, maybe if I make it at, like, 1, I'll, like, that gives us, like, I don't know how long it's gonna be, and then it gives me some time to, like, decompress before the stream, so I'm gonna be emotionally ready to destroy myself for the stream. Heck yeah, Ben. Oh, there was one where when I was a kid that had a sick dragon. That's awesome. Every carousel should have a sick dragon. I remember when I was a kid, when I was like super young. This was before I went to kindergarten. My family took my parents took us to Disney World because, you know, that's... Hey, Mick, I'm sorry. It's Ace Friend, unless you're talking to the people in chat. Satan's not here. You're just dealing with the shark. But hi, I hope you're doing okay. So, they took us to Disney World, and so I have a thing where, if I've never mentioned on stream before, because I felt like I have a massive fear of heights. Massive. Like, it's bad. I'm slightly better about it now, but it's bad. And when I was younger... when I was younger, like, because of the fear of heights, I had a problem with roller coasters. And so, I was literally afraid to go on anything past a certain point. It was just a thing with me. And so, what I did, and it pissed off my brothers to no end, I basically just wanted to go on the carousel time and time again, because, like, that was about the only thing I was, like, felt comfortable riding. All of our interviews we've done so far have been about 2 hours. And trimmed to about an hour and a half after silence and any guest saying, cut that out. I'm just like, let's see how the 2-hour mark actually goes if I get started. Let's go to 0. That's fair. Roller coasters aren't for everyone. I better you do something to it. And now, like I said, I'm much better with heights. Like, when I was younger, and this is the extent, I had problem going up ladders. It was that bad. Just because, like, getting my feet off the ground terrified me. And I don't know why, like, what happened to scare me, that much, or if it was just, like, some, like, or maybe it just wasn't anything at all, and it was just, like... Well, I mean, it probably also doesn't help that my parents said at one point, they took me on the ride that, you know, like the boat ride that goes back and forth while swinging. Apparently, I remember them saying to me at one point that they took me on that as a baby and almost dropped me. Are you okay with flying? I am... My problem with flying is the takeoff and the landing. Um... 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 Once we're actually in the air, as long as I'm not in a window seat, I'm perfectly fine. I normally go for, like, aisle seats, or aisle or middle. Just because, like, I can't do window seats because of the looking out the window part of it, because it's always in my, like, periphery vision. When I was in Denmark a few years ago, I rode a roller coaster with a VR element, and it was wild. Loved every second of it. Good lord. See, I remember I rode a ride that was like, it wasn't a VR thing, but it was like a ride that moved, and like there was a video on screen, and it was a ride that moved, and like I think it simulated a plane. I forget what exactly, but like when the thing would go up, like the seats would like tilt back, and when the video would like go forward, like towards the ground, it will tilt forward and it'll tilt from side to side and everything like that. And the only reason I went on that is because people are like, okay, Sharky, well, we know you are not good with, like, roller coasters. Let's see, like, this, you're not actually moving, so, like, this should be fine. Like, you're not moving. And, oh my gosh, the amount of terror I had while on that ride, and everyone's like, "Oh, we thought you were gonna be fine." I'm like, I wasn't, though. The movement of going back and forward still terrified me to death, and everyone's like, "Oh, oh crap." Now I must go to Denmark. Go to Denmark. Go to Denmark. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Has everyone been having at least a somewhat good time? I know Magic's doing a long night. What about everybody else? Oh, and to people who don't know, I'm not turning off the carousel because there's an achievement for carousel, and I am the person who goes for the achievement, so you're kind of stuck with it moving. I'm sorry. But you get the music. Carousel music is a good vibration. Well, that's good. And this was the only mission left for me, so I'm kind of was stuck taking it. My Denmark trip was wild. I went to the Freetown Hippie Weed Commune and found someone who thought I was a goddess and started worshipping me and brought me a ton of free wine and food and let me see stuff that they don't usually let guests into. Courtney? How? Just how? Just a normal research trip for me, to be honest. At this point, I'm somewhere between I can't be surprised and I legitimately don't know how you continually do this. Like, just... I don't know. Whoa. Stop. Ah, there we go. My BFFs are convinced I have Fae ancestry. You know what? I wouldn't put it past you. The most I got was a face and personality that people are like, yeah, we should talk to this person. Which is sadly how I made most of my friendships. Is people being like, yeah, this person. I'm gonna talk with this person. And I'm like, but why? And they're like, yes. I gotta get into a cooler field of all my research-related travel is boring. Magic, how much research-related travel have you done? Go to a handful of conferences. That's cool, at least. I mean, that's still, like, that's still something. That's cool, though. I mean, you might find it boring, because they're probably all pretty samey, but... it's probably somewhere on the front. Speakers can be a real hit or miss with, your work is cool, and you present it in a compelling way, or I will pay you to end this talk immediately. Yeah, I get that. I remember, one of my professors for computer science. I've had it happen at a conference I've been to, but people get really heated about different topics. It's actually supposed to be in Denmark, Sweden, to teach at a conference these past couple weeks, but I had to cancel because I'm way too immunocompromised to be on a plane that long without mask mandates. Yeah. That's super understandable. Because, mask mandates are important for, people with disabilities and immunocompromised and all that. Like, we should have mask mandates. My gosh. I remember I found out that one of my professors, who was a professor that I hated, could not teach, like, very well. Like, I was basically, like, almost falling asleep in some of the classes because it was just that boring to me. I looked on his website, and he was basically like, yeah, so I made, this computer graphics, like, thing. I forget, like, if it was a package or just, like, a way to render computer graphics. And he was like, the most prominent thing that's, it's been used in was to create the slime monster in Scooby-Doo 2. And by Scooby-Doo 2, like, and there was a picture, and it was, like, from the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. And I'm like, ah, yes. That's really cool. If only you could teach better. So no new wild travel stories for me. My material's getting all old and stale. I highly doubt any of your stories could be described as stale. Ain't that the truth? Oh wow, I'm already 60% done. I mean, just because you're not pulling a knife on people right now due to a pandemic doesn't mean your material's getting old and stale. That's why I'm glad I made you all as new friends. You haven't heard the jellyfish TSA story yet. I'm sorry. The what? This is why we need to, like, just have story time with Courtney. and just have Royce be there and be like, yep, this actually happened. Oh my gosh, there's so much gobbledygook on the ceiling. That's a good one. That was the most famous I've ever felt. Not when you Google Kansas City weirdo? Don't worry, if you Google Kansas City weirdo, you're still like the #1 result. Trust me, I did it recently. Oh, jeez. This is so hard when it's still rotating. That's good to know. I haven't Googled myself in years. I've been keeping such a low profile throughout the pandemic. I assume my searchability tanked. No, I think the last time you were talking about it, like a few weeks ago, during like right before D&D, I googled it. I googled Kansas City weirdo just to be like, is Courtney still the top result? And I didn't want to say it to like interrupt the story. Oh no, you know when it was? It was when you were telling the story about the commercial, the Super Bowl commercial. When you were talking about it. So yeah, I did a quick Google search and, boop, yep, there you were. So you have so many, like, stories, I'm having to be like, okay, which story was it that you told that I had to do the search in? Oh my gosh, this is getting a little bit... But no, learning that I was two result was probably the 10th most... Top result was like the 10th most famous I've ever felt. Good Lord, Courtney. Let me change... Oh, why am I doing it that way? Let me change it to the green nozzle. My back... Oh, good. need to get the 0% out for there. I mean, come on. God, it's at a come in a 10 mark. Oh, Courtney. How? Just how? I don't have too many exciting things happen to me. Granted, I have really bad luck and nothing really... See, I also have really bad luck. So, like, I'm always just like, yup. This thing happened to me. It's not exactly a happy thing. Yep, this thing happened to me. Not exactly a happy thing. So I don't have any, like, good stories to tell. My stories all usually end with, oh, Sharky. Oh, and I'm always like, yep. My luck is either good or bad. It's simply weird. Like, I still don't have... What? You still don't have... Have they just... Good. Of course. Oh, did I step outside the ring? Oh. Because, my stories always end up with friends saying you're the smartest and also stupidest, or I have bad luck, but it's resolved in an exceptionally weird way, because I needed to find a fridge specifically sold by Sears, and will deliver in my area, and every last one of them is sold out and has been for weeks. How does this even happen? Oh my lord. Yeah, like, it has to be, like, a shortage, but... The fact that it's been, like, that long, because you would expect them to have at least, like, one or two, coming in weeks. And, like... That boggles my mind that nothing's come in that long. Because it's like, that doesn't just happen. Lean the horse's belly. Like, before they said I just needed to find a fridge and work something out, and then they never called me when they canceled the order. I made a whole video about how Sears contributed to the death of Victorian hairwork in American culture. And now they say it has to be from Sears and can't be from another retailer, even if it's on the Sears site. That, oh my gosh. That is terrible. I cannot believe that they are doing that. Oh, I guess I'm riding on a horse now. Even if you're not saying it, I hope you, saying anything in chat. Hope you're having a good day. It's probably very bad. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. I'll have to wait to clean a carousel. Oh my gosh. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I hope that Sears starts finally putting crap online that you're able to get delivered, Mick, because that just sounds... I cannot, but like... That is crappy, and I hope it resolves itself, because this has been going on for way too long, and... And it is ridiculous what they're putting you through. Just for a fridge. Like, they could easily have installed it, like, months ago with no issue. Oh, seriously? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah! Because I'm bad at filming and thrive in front of a live audience. Yeah, because, you don't... Because in front of a live audience, you can tell the stories and you can see in real time everyone go, what? Oh, I am so bad at jumping. Sorry, we don't have a lurk command, but feel free to just lurk. Love the concept of your channel, by the way, as a fellow Ace Arrow spec. Oh, thank you. Feel free to lurk and just hang out as much as you want. I'm just gonna be here cleaning these horses. It's already been... Good lord, I've been cleaning these horses for like 40 minutes. That horse is done. That horse is done. This horse is done. This horse is not done. Is it your shoes? It's your leg. No. Horse is done. 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 Okay. Okay, I'm going back to the... Oh, gee, the emotes are so cute. Ah, yes. Our emotes are amazing. All of our emotes, for the people who don't know, were created... Actually, all of our artwork, except for the shark you see on screen, and the Sharky emotes, the shark emote in the Sailor Moon type outfit, all of those were also created by Ace individuals. No, Magic has me disappointed there is no bat. Well, there's a bat emote that says spoiler, no spoiling for people to yell when somebody's about to spoil something. That's about the most bat we get for you. Okay, for all those, I'm gonna need... Mood, I'm disappointed every day. There is no bat. Uh, do you mean... Do you mean you have a baseball bat you need to clean? Do you have a, like, bat figurine you need to clean? No. Yes! What do you mean by you have a bat you need to clean? Do you keep a spare bat living in your place? Like... Oh! I don't know why Magic's saying yes to that. But go off, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay, let me get this, because I have all this stuff I have to clean up here. I have a great fondness for taxidermy and animal bones. You know, everyone has their hobbies. I can't really say anything bad about that. I'm more confused why you're a chemist and not a biologist, but... You know... to each their own. I haven't decided if the bat is to be buried in a proper funeral or shaved and used for bat hair artwork. Either ways must be cleaned. Courtney, how much bat hair artwork do you know how to make? Gee, one of my neighbors growing up was a taxidermist whose, like, dad and grandpa and etc. were also taxidermists. So he displayed, like, a tiger and Nile crocodile that you could see through the window of his sunroom. Hey, note to self. Send Magic taxidermied things for birthday. But the bat in my freezer reminded me of all the other creatures in my freezer I have been neglecting to deceased. Courtney, how many creatures are in your freezer? Do you have a creature freezer? Or is this like a freezer you keep like frozen foods in? Please do. Okay. Well, if I ever find out where you live, I'll send you something taxidermied. If I recall, 8? Not including our snake's frozen rats. Okay, I mean, you have a snake, frozen rats. Okay, that one makes sense. They're in a different freezer. Okay, so you have a creature freezer. Got it. I feel like I'm learning so much about the Ace couple today. 92% done. We're almost there. It's only taken an hour. It's fine. There's an oddity shop slash tattoo parlor near where I live, and they have some super cool things: Victorian medical devices, shadow boxes with ethically sourced bones, etc. The creatures that are to be either funeraled or arted are actually in our main food freezer, I think? Okay. You know, as long as both of you are cool with it, I can't really say anything about that. An interesting choice. Did you ever watch the show Oddities, or was that before your time? I have never heard of the show Oddities before, but I also don't really watch television, so can't say that I've heard of it, so might be before my time. Magic is baby and doesn't know and is very young. Even though Magic actually isn't baby, but Magic is baby. Magic is not literal baby, but it is figurative baby. I'm gonna need the 0% for this. Okay, I know all the hosts, one of whom is actually a very good friend of mine. The show kind of put oddity shops on the map and led to a huge uptick in people opening stores like that. That is super interesting and also feels very in line with just who you are as a person. Knowing a person who was on a show called Oddities. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh. That also relates to the jellyfish story, so that is good background info for you. Oh. 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 Courtney. Scribbling Courtney lore in a notebook. I mean, there's Courtney lore, and then there's apparently Sharky lore, so, I'm so glad this is a video game, because me doing this in real life would be terrifying. And out of the two, of Sharky lore and Courtney lore is the far more interesting. But if you're a cartoon character, then what am I? You know, Courtney? That's a very good question. God, is that Danish commune? What the flipping crap? And I mean, oh, true that, fair enough. And I mean, here's the thing, because you were saying earlier about how your stories are getting, like, stale and old and all that stuff. I have a very bad memory, so you could probably tell me the same story, like, 5 times, and, like, if you spread it out far enough, there's a chance that I might not even remember you telling me it. Because just, I forget things very often. So if you just space it out far enough, more than likely I'm gonna have forgotten the story, and then you'll be like, oh yes, I have a story for this, and tell it, and it'll be like, what the crap, and you'll be like, yeah, I already told you that one, and I'll be like, wait, you did? This is why I'm Sharky, the goldfish. Okay. I'd honestly kind of forgotten about that until you were talking about roller coasters, and then I remembered the roller coaster in Denmark, which reminded me of everything else that happened in Denmark. That's how often this stuff happens to me. Courtney. I did go on a roller coaster once. That was not a fun time. Okay, I'm gonna need to get... Okay, I'm gonna work outside in. Love the idea that things would be weirdest event. Another person's life is barely a footnote for Courtney. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Courtney's like, oh man, you got into like a weird situation. Well, I almost started a cult. And you're just like, Courtney, we can't beat you in this. Why do you keep doing this to us? And yes, I do know that you did say that, knowing that Courtney on stream did say, well, I did almost accidentally start a cult. Okay. Seriously? It's true, I did almost accidentally start one once. This is why we can't beat you in these stories, Courtney. Creep myself out, though, and nope the heck out of the situation real fast. Which is good. Escape. So I got one more cresting frame, 4 more crestings, one panel, one cresting trim, a pole, the center pole, and the rods and stuff. I should probably grab this. Sorry this is all y'all have been seeing for a while. Yeah. There we go. Campaign? I'm running for Royce had a very interesting carousel. Did the carousel almost try to kill someone? Where? There it is. Okay. No, actually. Okay, then what did the carousel try to do, Courtney? Did it try to eat someone? Gossip. A gossiping carousel? You know what? Sure, why not? It could be doing much worse things in its life. Oh, let me get on. It was pretty great. Sorry, the first thing I went to was tried to kill somebody because I read webcomics every day. And one of the or webcomics on the Webtoon platform. And one of the comics that I read has a killer carousel question mark. Six center pole frames, 8 horse rods, and the center pole ring. Okay. Aha. So yeah, fiction carousels, my brain, is just like, yes, another carousel of murder, yeah, uh-huh. It just is like that sometimes. The carousel be deadly. Oh, come on. Ah, okay. Darn it. Oh, I hope you're well. Hi. Yes, I am doing just fine. Relaxing. Hope you're having a good day. It's so nice to see you. Fellow, Cloud Cabin member? Should I call you, Rogue? Dan? How'd you prefer to be called? Glad to catch you live. Oh, thank you. Rogue or Dan or Daniel? Take your pick. I'm gonna go with Rogue. Why? Where are you? Oh, there you are. But yes, Rogue, hope you're having a really good day. Magic, do you know about the Aces in STEM Discord? Not sure if that would be up your alley, but Sarah Cosgriff, who started, is a good friend and someone definitely worth knowing about. Ooh. Yes, where is... There's some dirt? It's been chill, luckily. Yes! And now it's the weekend. So hopefully that chill goes into the weekend a bit. It's so hard to find the last bit of dirt here. There it is. Okay, what's left? I have one to you. The map definitely seems worth checking out. Yes, magic. Meet more aces in STEM. Where is this dirt? There it is. The center pole ring. Ah, you. I think I'm gonna need to get on the ladder. Oh, so... Oh, what did you, what was your original major? Mick? I'm going with the drill. I'm not doing the treehouse right now. I'm not doing the treehouse right now. This one. What do I need to do in this one? In the drill, I need to... the drill head and the tip first. While we're cleaning, just for people who don't know, I am also a, somebody who likes to go out of their way and get as many achievements as possible. So I am going after some of the achievements in PowerWash. Which is why I didn't stop the carousel in the last one, because there's an achievement to, beat it without stopping the carousel. I was working towards chemistry. Oh. And today it is just me. Satan is away for the weekend, so I am streaming solo today. And we are off on Sunday because of that. But I thought I would do some power wash today and just have a little relax and fun. And we can talk about whatever. So we've talked about a lot of things today so far, so I was originally an ace in STEM. I was a zookeeper for a number of years, and then I worked in a science center giving science demonstrations and such. Okay, Courtney, here's the one question that I feel like I need to get an answer to at some point. How did you go from zookeeper... Oh my gosh, Shania! Thank you for the raid! Oh, hello, everybody! Hello, hello! Shania raid! Oh! Lovely Siren, thanks for the follow! There's so much! Oh my gosh! Hello! Ah! Hello, everyone! You have come at a very, slow, chill day. My name is Sharky. I am one half of Aces Playing an Attraction. The other half, Satan, is not here today. Normally on Sundays, we normally play, Otome games. Right now, we are in the middle of playing Code Realize, where we finished up 3 of the routes, and, we are about to start going to try to date Victor Frankenstein. On Wednesdays, we play Western-made dating sims. On Fridays, a grab bag. Today's me playing Power Wash. Shania beat Fire Red. Shania, I am proud of you. I am so proud of you for beating Fire Red. That is a game of my childhood, and I am so proud. I need to stop by and watch at some point whenever you're playing Pokemon, because I am a huge Pokemon fan. How did you like the experience of playing it for the first time? Because I'm somebody who grew up with, I grew up on Red and Blue. And so, like, when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out, I'm like, yes, this feels great. I absolutely hated Kanto, but it was a 5. Oh, I'm sorry that you hate Kanto. Actually, here, Shania, what is your favorite? Because I feel like what's been your favorite Pokemon game so far? Yes, done. Okay. For the people, this is basically just how this is when there's only one of us. Very chill, just, I'm PowerWash and we're talking, we're having a conversation, that's about it. Earlier, we were talking about, like, being STEM majors and, the ace couple making, art out, or one of the people in the ace couple, Courtney, making, art out of bat hair, and stuff like that. You know, this is just how it is on these streams. So feel free if this is kind of what you like, feel free to follow. And also you should follow the ace couple, because they're good people. This is what we said when on our application we're like, one word to describe your stream, nonsense. This is why. Not specifically bat hair, but just hair. I also happen to have a lot of bat in our freezer. Or to have a bat in our freezer, so, you know. Well, yes, you are the hair person. But it's actually a thing, for the people here, who don't know, Shania thinking, who don't know, and I actually haven't really put it up on my own Twitter, I'm going to actually be, um, not on this channel, but on another channel, I am going to be, hanging out with friends later this month, and I'm going to be teaching one of them Pokemon, actually. One of my friends, has never played Pokemon before, and so me and another friend who grew up with Pokemon, very into Pokemon, like, it's our thing, are, going to be taking two friends, one at a time, on two different games. One of them's going to be learning on Pokemon Emerald, and one of them is going to be learning on Pokemon X, or Pokemon Y, we haven't decided which. And we're going to be teaching them Pokemon. Sharky is also going to be interviewed on a podcast soon, yes. Yes, that is a thing. That interview is tomorrow and being posted, I don't know when. Whenever the ace couple decide to post it. I may have 404'd Chania with that question of, what's been your favorite Pokemon game so far? Sharky shall be famous. No, I shall not. I shall be ranting about Christianity, and I'll make some Christians mad at me, and yeah, that will be the extent of it. Oh my gosh, how do you wreck a drill this much? How do you get a drill this dirty? And there is no music, and I'm sorry about that. I do not have a playlist to just put on, so it's just the silence, the water, and the shark. Speaking of which, I really need to change that. No. You know what I'm doing? Hold on. I'm changing the shark. Sharky icon. It's not October. Nope, that's the wrong icon. Where do I have the shark icon? There we go. Why is it so small? There we go. It's not winter yet, so I don't feel like I can use my winter icon. Maybe in a few months I'll swap over to Snow Shark. But not today. Oh my gosh. These pesky. Oh, I just noticed the shark icon. Yes! Yeah, so what we do, for the people who don't know, is we have captioners on the stream so that, you can see what we're saying, accessibility and all that. And when both of us are on stream, we have two boxes. So what we do is we have the icon above the captioner box to be like, this is who's talking. I have it disabled, but if I pop it, here is Satan's icon. It's a little lich bat. I do have a different icon for Satan that is just a bat wielding a scythe. But I've still been using the Halloween ones for the past like year. So I was a paladin shark, and Satan was a lich bat. And I just never changed them because I forgot to change them. I have a bunch of different icons for myself just because I've commissioned so many. That's a really good idea. Thank you. Well, I mean, when there's two of us on stream, it becomes very hard to be like, wait, which person is saying what? Like, you can't really tell, so we kind of have to be like, okay, well, this is the way you're gonna tell is the icon's there. Cute icons. Thank you. The art is made by one of my friends from college, who I think you can find on Instagram. And I think their handle on Instagram is Cat Skull Art. I know it's Cat Skull, but I think it's Cat Skull Art. All the rest of the stuff, so like the background, for the people, um, for the people who don't know, this is our starting soon screen because of the people who showed up. We have this, which is our normal starting soon screen. And we have a slight variation for when some of us don't show up. So, this is for when Satan's not here. So instead of the Satan and Sharky show, Satan and is crossed out, so it's just the Sharky show. And then, just so that people see it before we end, I'm not ending yet. The ending screen is, boop. That's all, folks. A nice little, like, and all of our emotes and all of our, and like the screens and, all of that is, was made by Ace Artists, who he commissioned, to make this, and they did a really good job. It very much does the aesthetic of the Satan and Sharky show, where it's just the two of us. Is this your theme song? Yeah, so right now we kind of have, we have picked out, just random royalty-free music. And because we didn't really have, like, we didn't want silence on the starting screen. And so, like, we're like, let's just find royalty-free music that we can use. I think both of us picked different songs. So, like, you can actually tell who's... Right now, you can tell who is, streaming based on the song because both of the songs are different. But we were like, we should have, like, a singular song that's also, like, that's commissioned for us rather than, like, a royalty-free one. Just to, like, add a little bit more personality to the starting screen. Yes, we have the Furter Bear, we have the Shark, we have Spoiler No Spoiling, and Ace Confused Noises. So yeah, I hope y'all are having fun so far while I am cleaning a drill. I didn't expect this drill to be so hard to clean. And yeah, yeah. I think that's about the whole spiel about us. I just hope all y'all are having fun and, enjoying it. Like I said, this is, like a random, just Sharky by himself. I'm an ace artist. Yes, you are an ace artist, Mick. Nice to meet you both. Well, I know Satan would say the same if, they were here. It is nice meeting you, too. Drill, drill, drill. Ace artist for the win. Yeah, the only thing that wasn't made by an ace artist just because of I had commissioned my shark icon before we like had dedicated assets is the shark icon that's on the screen, um which is the same icon I use for like Discord and all that stuff. That is not an ace artist. Just because I it was before all that, and my friend knows the my friend knows me, and to the point where I've shown this art the shark people, and they're like, so your friend literally just like put your soul into the shark icon, like this is just you. You just exude that shark. Oh, come on, armored panel. But yes, our ace artists are always good. Ooh. Mix listed on the marketplace? Heck yeah, Mick. And trust me, there's usually more banter. Because there's usually two of us, and the two of us are very bickering and go back and forth. This is just chill me. Ah, there we go. Okay. Hey, I'm 84% done. That's... could be worse. Wasn't sure how to market music stuff. Yeah, Mixed Pottery's up there now. We have over 100 shops. It's so cool. And if anybody's not following Shania, Rogue, Mick, and them, you should all follow them. Cloud Cabin is such a wonderful place. And we've been there a week, and we're already like, oh. At least me, I'm like, oh, this is great. Okay. Yeah, I know, like, if you're on PC, if you scroll down, to, like, our little bio underneath the stream, you'll see where it says Cloud Cabin, and if you click on that, you'll see everybody, who's in Cloud Cabin, and, to their streams. Aww. Yeah, Cloud Cabin's great so far. I am... It it has been so welcoming. I know I'm not very big on speaking in Discord, sadly. I try, but so far, like, just how everyone's been interacting has been, like, so wonderful. We are also pretty bare bone stream, so we don't have a lot of bells and whistles. Whee! Oh, I totally forgot. The raid confused me. I was going to ask you a question, Courtney. How did you go from zookeeper to Victorian hair person? I need to know the story. At some point, like, need to know the story. Because, like, it seems kind of hard to have, like, been like, oh yeah, like, I was a zookeeper, I did science things, and then be like, now I work with Victorian hair. I make art out of hair. Ba 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 ba. 98% done. Okay. There we go. I've had a lot of jobs: dance teacher, model, zookeeper, writer, historian, science communicator, Victorian hair artist. I was also the department lead at a banking call center and managed a thing. Oh my gosh. Did some paid acting gigs called. You know, my day job, I'm an IT worker. I've been an IT worker for many years. I did IT work as part of college. I could never imagine having that many jobs. What? Nannied for a while. Yeah, my roommate nannied for a bit. That was years ago though. Let's see. When I was in high school, I worked. I've mentioned this on stream. I think it was during one of the time that the Ace couple was on. I worked for a makeup factory. For Estee Lauder, I was one of the people who was like packaging the makeup um before it went out for distribution. When the pandemic started, I quit teaching dance and drama part-time because the first time in my life I only had one job. I've gone through since I had like 3 or 4, so a lot of them overlapped. Oof. Oof. Yeah, then after I worked in the makeup factory for many years. How many years did I work in the makeup factory? I think it was like 2 or 3 years. And then I went to college, and then I think it was like during the second year of college, I started doing IT work. And I basically haven't stopped being an IT worker since. Except for like the 4-month period where I was writing a website for the government. Scribble's new Sharky lore. Yeah, I worked for the Department of Agriculture for a few months. Yeah, writing a website. Because they needed somebody who knew some programming to write a website for bacteria growth. Can I say I was a professional singer if I worked for tips at a drag bar and sang cruise ships once? I mean, you got paid for it? So, like, I don't know? I'd say that counts. Probably not. Oh, good. Now I just have 2 drive wheels. Where's the other drive wheel? There we go. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. That one only took about half an hour. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up to chat. Should I do the tree house? Or the temple? And then I'll probably end the stream after that's done, which is probably going to take about an hour or so. Why did someone just have this drill? Don't ask questions. Probably a drill instructor? I don't have a drum with me. But that was good. That was good. I love that. So what does chat think? Does chat think treehouse or temple? Just waiting on And actually I might be able to get you the answer. Let me look. Is this the Dirt Finder General? I've been given your details by the mayor as a person who can watch things. Meet Holy Moly, my subterranean mining unit. It's a one-man excavator that I use to scour beneath the Earth's crust for valuable mineral deposits. Well, not me personally. I just tell them where to dig. Anyway, you may find some unusual mineral traces during the clean. Please dispose of them. Does temple... I vote treehouse. Does temple come with religion? Yes! I did clean a penny farthing. And no, the temple does not come with religious rants. Yeah, some of the things that we've cleaned a van, a vintage car, Grandpa Miller's car, a fire truck, dirt bike, go-kart, motorbike and sidecar, SUV, a penny farthing, Recreation vehicle and drill. We've also cleaned a back garden, bungalow, an entire playground, a detached house, a shoe house, a fire station, which is terrible, a skate park, a forest cottage, the mayor's mansion, just the front of it, and then earlier today we've cleaned a carousel. Let's go with the treehouse. This one, for the treehouse, I need to complete all of the lanterns before I clean anything else. Or before I finish cleaning anything else. This one might get me ranting just because of how, large it is. Because look at this treehouse. Okay. Was there a lantern down here? Nope. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yes! They weren't messing around when they said it was a house. This is when, like, people are like, okay, this game's co-op, right? Like, let me bring in help. Because, yes, you can do the entire career mode in co-op. And it helps. For stages like this. But, is this lantern done? Okay, there we go. Okay, how many more lanterns are left? There are 3 more lanterns. 1, 2... I missed one somewhere. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Now where is this other lantern? It might be underneath. Oh, yeah. You think it was that bad? Look at all this underneath. All of this needs to be cleaned. Oh, and there's also a winding staircase. There we go. Got the achievement Lantern Hunter for that. Now we can actually get to the cleaning. Strap in. This one is so long, I might even consider stopping mid. Pretty sure I saw this place advertised on Airbnb. Kind of said they want you to wash off the lichen. Well, I don't know, capitalism or something? They're not liking it that much, you know. Very sad they don't like it. I know I just said it, but it still hurts reading it from a second person. Which might sound hypocritical. Great minds. What's the saying? Great minds think alike, but fools rarely differ? We technically said it first. Chat lag. Uh-huh. That's what the chat wants you to think. Don't worry, Courtney. If you want to settle it, we can settle it in Fall Guys. It's fine. You preemptively stole our idea. If I preemptively stole it, doesn't that mean I didn't steal it? Defend my fellows in chat, or defend my stream, father. An impossible decision. It's fine. You normally go against your stream, father. Don't even bother trying to figure out our family tree here. It doesn't make sense. Magic has one stream father, a stream momther, and about many stream mothers. Magic has many stream parents, and Magic is the stream child. That's for our copyright lawyers to decide who you'll be hearing from, by the way. I don't think they could serve me because they don't know where I live. Y'all know I live on the East Coast, but the East Coast is pretty big, I'll have you know. Also, if y'all have copyright lawyers, I'm terrified. I don't even have enough money to hire a lawyer. There we go. And it's okay. From my experience, everyone who threatens to sue you never actually follows up on it. I mean, yeah, that's true. Look at the former president. Ugh. Even if they are very wealthy collectors and absolutely do have lawyers. My brain stopped for Zelda for a second. Even though I'm not a huge Zelda fan. You're making us want that Christmas album even more by the second. Ah, yes. The fabled Sharky Christmas album. The thing that shall never actually release. For the people who don't know, we do have a channel point reward of 1,000,000 channel points where I will, get some people to help me create a Sharky Christmas album. Where I will be singing shark-based, well, I will be singing shark-based Christmas parody songs. Because that's how my life turns out. Apparently, once somebody redeems it for 1,000,000 channel points. All right, feels fair to say that right as you started bopping Song of Storms, a massive thunderclap happened where I am. I'm getting closer to getting my Christmas album every stream, Sharky. It will release, even if I have to make it myself. Well, Mick, you're gonna, like, the whole point is you're gonna have me sing it. You might be, like, the producer, but I still technically, like, I'll have to sing it. Like, I think that's, like, me not singing it kind of, like, takes away from the whole thing. Mick may be the producer for said Christmas album. Here's the problem. I don't feel like I know how to sing, like, in key. Or well. Apparently I can call thunderclaps. Over Magic's house. So, you know. So, here's actually a very weird story of mine. And I don't know how it got started. Actually. I don't have enough. Okay. I have to wait a few. I can make the instrumental. That's true, you can. So a weird thing, and I don't know how it got started, but all throughout middle school and high school, I was friends with the same friend group. Roughly, there were some people who left, there's some people who joined, fights happened, wait, Ace Couple, have you never seen this? Okay, I'm gonna pop it out early. Shark icon, browse, stream. I already have a winter outfit. It's Sharky the Snow Shark. Or Sharky the Snowman. You might not have seen it, actually. But yeah, look right above my captioner. I got that commissioned when I got my initial shark, or soon after I got my original shark. But so one of the things that seemed to be a reoccurring joke with the friend group that I had, was they would always be like, "Hey, like you have control of the weather. Make something like control the weather and do this." And I'm always like, "I don't have control of the weather." And they're always like, "Yes, you do. You don't need to lie to us. You have control of the weather. Go do the thing." And this was a reoccurring joke where it was just like, Sharky has control of the weather. And I don't know where it started from. But apparently that was a thing during my middle and high school years. Father, why would you call a storm down on my lab? Magic, does your experiment require any electronics? No, we haven't seen that one yet. Well, now you've seen it. So you're like Punch the Fish from Lilo and Stitch? Yes, exactly. I'm like Punch the Fish, including the peanut butter sandwiches. I think they were peanut butter. Or was it peanut butter and something else? I know it wasn't like peanut butter and tuna because you couldn't... Why would you give a fish tuna? That's cannibalism. It's been so long since I've seen Lilo and Stitch. Yes! Several! Well... Magic, let's just hope my powers aren't too powerful and put your electricity out? But if it does, I mean, I guess that means you get to go to sleep earlier and you're not up until 3 a.m. I just watched that in Swedish last night. Haven't seen it in years, but glad it became topical. That is the weird thing about this stream, is we will talk about things that, like, and it just, like, things come up and you're like, yeah, this is weirdly topical. Because of, actually, and that's just how these streams are. We have these conversations, and they just happen naturally. It's fine. Father is evil? Father ruined experiments? Jail! Jail for father! No, don't send your father to jail, your stream father to jail! You can't link... You can't link the storm to me. Swirl. Swirl, you power washer. Swirl and clean the dirts. Yes. Wait, what? What was that voice I was just doing? I've completely lost track of myself. Is this why I'm a cartoon character? Prof, so what happened with your experiment? Okay, so for the contact, there's this Twitch stream. And, one of the people is my stream father, And he sung the Legend of Zelda song, and then a storm happened to come while he was singing the song from Legend of Zelda, and then the power went out. Yeah, that sounds like a convincing story. A++. Wait, you're not in, like... You're not taking classes anymore. Um... Uh... Uh... Quack? Yeah, quack. That's the best answer I can give you. Is there... Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, Magic. I forgot to ask this. Did you ever pick up, Legends Arceus? I know you've been pretty busy with, like, school and stuff like that. So I figured you didn't, but I thought I would ask. No. Okay. The reason I brought it up was because yesterday or today, um, I found it was a cover of one of the fight themes, with, lyrics. And I didn't want to say too much because, like, spoilers and all that, you know? I mean, don't worry. I have a friend um, who's had Arceus for, like, 3 or 4 months and hasn't beaten it yet because they keep putting off one of the fights. So, like, that's a thing. Did you see the new Pokemon? Yes, I did. I forget the Pokemon's name, but I did see the new Pokemon that they, just announced to, like, stuff to do with paints? Question mark? I think it was, like, Poison Normal type, which is such an odd typing. I can't think of any Poison Normal types off the top of my head. I don't know, maybe, you know, or somebody else in chat knows a little bit better than I do. Yeah, got a little hoodie for, look to the fur. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, I should, change out of that. We don't play I think we deserve more weird dual typing. I still think the weirdest dual typing was, like, fire and water. And I'm still like, did they seriously do that? And yep, yes they did. I I cannot wait to play the new one when it comes out, though. I'm totally going to be playing it. because it's just like it's gonna be cool, especially because they're like they seem to be trying to do a lot more. But fire and like electric, fresh. Have we had a fire electric type? I'm trying to think, what typing have we, like, what's the typings we've never had? So I feel like they don't really mix fire that much, which is interesting. Electric's normally like electric steel. I know there was electric flying, which is the bane of my existence. But there's a bunch of electric steels. Yeah, Pokemon's weird. I love Sprigatito, but they better stay on four legs. I don't know. No electric fighting, ice poison, bug dragon. How would a bug dragon even work? I felt so old when Pokemon Go started releasing Pokemon I never heard of, but I kept up with any. I hadn't kept up with any new ones since the Pokemon the movie 2000. But they already have a Dragonfly Pokemon. Flygon, whose ground. I mean, to make you feel better, Courtney, but Flygon is Dragon Ground! I had honestly forgot if Flygon was Dragon or ground flying. I had stopped following Pokemon around 2005? 2006? When I was in my, like, shooter video game phase. And then it was only, like, when I got a 3DS, because I wanted to play a Kingdom Hearts game, that I got back into Pokemon with the 3DS games. And then I stopped playing Pokemon again, after... Actually, I played Pokemon X, and then, which was on 3DS. Then I went back and played some of the older games, and then I skipped Sun and Moon to go for the new one on Switch. And I've basically been playing, like, as much as I can since. So I've jumped around, and there's so many Pokemon that I don't know. Gen 5 and Gen 7 are such a mystery to me that I never remember them. I played Pokemon Red, Pokemon Stadium, and the card game. I played a lot of Pokemon Stadium growing up. Same with Pokemon Red. I actually did not know how to play the card game until around 2014-ish. I played, I collected the cards. Gen 5 and 7 are Unova and Alola. Yes, I've played, Black and White, but, like, I don't remember any of the Pokemon because, like, I hate Black and White. And I never played the Alolan games. Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I never played them and, like, can barely remember some of the Pokemon that showed up in there because of that. Which is going to be interesting going back and playing Pokemon Emerald with and teaching somebody how to play Pokemon, because going from playing Sword recently back to the fighting to the battle system of Gen 3 is going to be super interesting, because so many changes have happened to battling between Gen 3 and 6 that it's going to, like, feel like a slightly different game. I conned boys out of their cards because they didn't think a girl could play. Then I set up a little side hustle selling packs for all the duplicates I accrued because I owned that trailer park. I never would have imagined that there would have been a Pokemon trading card game story from you, Courtney. I should have expected better. Hashtag girl boss. I'm 15% done, good lord. I just like looking at the art. I don't think I ever played the game. Yeah, that was the thing. When I was super young, I didn't, like, get packs or anything like that, but, like, I had a bit of the cards. Just because, like, I played Pokemon in the 90s, like, I had some of the cards. I then, the person I titled the douchebag, eventually taught me how to actually play, the Pokemon trading card game, which was super interesting. It wasn't, it was fun to learn how to play after never knowing how to. If they bet me a card and lost, they but tried to walk it back because they didn't think it would really happen. I threatened them with a hammer, and I was just on an inch off the table. Oh, good lord, Courtney! Oh, good lord. See, I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. So I knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I had a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I probably still have. I know I still have a lot of them. I don't know if I have most of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but Yu-Gi-Oh is my trading card game. which it's funny saying this now because of how Yu-Gi-Oh because of how what Yu-Gi-Oh basically became. Yu-Gi-Oh always felt it was easier to understand than the Pokemon trading card game. Which nowadays is funny because Yu-Gi-Oh is so utterly complex that, like, the Pokemon game is easy by comparison. I still have my entire completed card collection, a binder with fancy sleeves. I was proud of that. That's something to be proud of. If some of those cards are in good condition, like, they will net you a pretty penny nowadays. I remembered like I was watching somebody do like talk about like card pack openings, and like uh somebody opened up like one of the first sets, which was like the fossil set, and people are like, that set cost like a few like $1,000 or something to like open up. Like it's a high number, or higher than like what you would get out of it with the cards you would get. And it's like, oh, that that feels like a lot. One of my uncles made some basic Pokemon card templates and paired off my little kid made up Pokemon, which I loved. You sound like you have. I got the expensive Charizard. Oh my lord, Courtney. That is actually really cool, though. Because printing that stuff out is like, oh man, that's awesome. Photoshopped me dressed in my first Halloween costume of Piglet into a Winnie the Pooh scene. I think my mom probably still has that picture somewhere. That is amazing. I'm trying to remember what I went for as in Halloween. Okay. I know for a little bit I was dressed as a Jedi for Halloween, which is funny because I really don't like Star Wars. And I don't remember if I asked for that because when I was younger I was more into Star Wars, or if that was like just something my parents were like, yeah, let's just go as that. I had a variety of costumes: Piglet, a bat. I think I went as Barney times in a row. My uncle's creepy, and the one time I met him, he gave me a completed collection of Marvel cards, which I sold on Craigslist, and the person who bought them was... Good lord, Courtney. Why does it seem like uncles are either chill or creepy with little in between? Yeah. I mean, my uncle is basically how I got into video gaming in the first place. And he's the reason why I found some of my, like, favorite games as a child, because he didn't collect video games, but he has a collection of video games. And then he would let us borrow them when he wasn't playing them, which was all the time because he worked a day job and had other games he wanted to play. He was the reason why I played games like Tarzan for the N64. We met in an abandoned parking lot, and in the middle of summer, this guy buying my cards showed up in a fedora, sunglasses, and a four-length trench coat. If I might be misremembering, but did you have an uncle that made, like, moving things? Okay, so it wasn't that he made moving things. So this is actually the same uncle who had all the video games and stuff. Because I don't think I've told this story while the Ace couple was here. And obviously we have a bunch of new people here. So here's story time from my uncle. So my uncle is a mechanic. What he does for his day job is he is a mechanic in the same makeup factory that I worked in high school. He was the one who, he's like, he wasn't like the manager or something, but if literally anything broke and he was working at the time, it was, oh, go to him. He can fix it. Because he just knew everything. That was just who he was. So that's the background, is he is a mechanic. That's where his mind is and stuff like that. So, one time, this was many years ago, in the very early 90s, I believe, he and my aunt saw a commercial on TV where it was a time lapse of Christmas, and every year in that time lapse, the guy brought in a gift that was in all different shapes and sizes, like an airplane, a car, a boat, all this stuff. And then at the end of the commercial, like, the final gift was like a dog or something like that, if I'm remembering right. So my uncle was like, that's a cool idea. I'm going to steal that. And so what he does every Christmas, or what he did, I don't know if he still does because I haven't talked to my family in over a year, is he builds something. So when I was very young, there's actually a picture of me that my aunt and uncle have of me as a baby, um crawled into a cardboard fireplace wrapped in, like, a gift wrap that he built. Um and so growing up, he made things like, he made a race car that had moving wheels. He had an airplane that had, like, a spinning gear and stuff like that. There was there was a boat. There was a snow globe. Um, there was an upright bass, which had strings and everything. However, the strings weren't. He wanted the strings to actually be the proper key signature and like for an upright bass, but in the time he wasn't able to do that. Um, and he didn't have like the right strings and stuff like that. Uh, he built a grandfather clock. He built all out of this, and like I said, all of this stuff is out of cardboard, wrapping paper, and like a few other gadgets here and there. He built a record player, that I believe actually spun. So like you could put a record player, but I don't. He wanted the record player to actually be able to play records, but he didn't get the record playing part working. But he got it where it was spinning and it had like the needle and stuff like that. It just couldn't properly play because of the materials he used. Um, he built a over 6 foot tall nutcracker. Um, I don't remember some of the other stuff that he built. Um, but yeah, so every year, I would, and this uncle, for context, this uncle lived in the same house as me growing up. Um, so I would come down for Christmas, and basically the big surprise is, what did this uncle make this year for my aunt? Because it was always gonna be something. What is it this year? Um, and there were times where like I had a sneak preview because he was always building them in our basement. So that he could bring up on Christmas Day as a surprise for my aunt. Because my aunt never knew what the present was going to look like. And a lot of the stuff, like the grandfather clock, like you could open like the midsection of it, and it was full of gifts. So like you opened it up, and then the gifts are individually wrapped. So you could open it up and take out a gift and unwrap it and stuff like that. That was my Christmas experience growing up. Having an uncle do that. And he drove a van, like the shadiest van you can imagine. I kid you not. He walked up to me. Do you have the goods? And I was like, yeah, the goods. You got the money? And he made me show him the cards. So I show the money and everything, exchange hands. It's like, this is not a drug deal. Yes, it was. Don't lie. And you totally know that the person showed up being like, I am totally going to make this seem like a drug deal because you're never going to have this experience. So let's just make it as, like, out there as possible. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the story of Sharky's Christmas. Tune in next time and you'll hear some other story. I don't know. You should write a song about that for the Christmas album? What, would that be the 12 Days of Christmas? I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can look up his Facebook and see if there was any other ones showing up on his Facebook. Oh, come on. Nope, that's... Oh, okay. Uh-huh, uh-huh. There's a picture of the upright bass. Nope. Oh, right. One of the years was like... was books. They were like... They looked like they were like heavy, like, books that, he made, and you opened up the book for the presents, and there was like two of them. I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about the sled. There's the nutcracker. There, okay, so there's a train, a table with a snow globe. There's the boats. I don't remember these. A mixing bowl with a toaster? Like a mixer and a toaster? What the crap? Sorry, I've gotten so distracted. Obviously. Oh, good lord. I don't know if the 12 days of Sharky is a good thing to do. Y'all just really want to hear that Christmas album. And I don't know why. It's bound to be better than Christmas shoes. Which one was Christmas shoes? Is that the... I'm trying to remember, but like, I vaguely remember Christmas shoes, but I'm like, am I remembering the right song? Wow, this is going much longer than I expected because I got sidetracked talking about Christmas. Who thought when you showed up to an Aces stream today that, you would be hearing about the Sharky Christmas experience? I didn't, that's for sure. Okay. What am I stuck on? Oh, man. This treehouse is big. Big, the treehouse. Yeah, man, at this rate, I might have to, pick the treehouse back up next stream, because, oh boy. Or the next time I play. Because it is past midnight for me, and my body's starting to, go sleepies. What do you do with a drunken Sharky? What do you do with a drunken Sharky? What do you do with a drunken Sharky early in the morning? Please, what do you do with a drunken Sharky? I don't know. I'm asking you, please tell me, what do you do with a drunken Sharky? I need to know the answer. Actually, one of the things that, happened when I was playing Pathfinder last Saturday, we go on a lot of tangents during Pathfinder just because, like, it's us and we get on a lot, like, we get in a lot of conversations. And I had a vague memory of an especially messed up song that I'm trying to find and have it on homeless like the Christ show was, and oh boy, we are cackling. Okay. And at one point, Wellerman comes on, and we just all start singing Wellerman. Um, and at one point, one of the people was like, "We're all singing like in different like octaves. Like this is interesting." That title's a lot to unpack, but I think we just need to throw away the whole suitcase. And I have a vague memory of Christmas shoes. Hold on. Yes! It's titled The Christmas Shoes. Yes. Oh my gosh. That song's depressing. And it came out in 2000, which makes me feel old. Wait, what? How did? Oh, there we go. Do not go looking up the Christmas shoes, unless you want to be sad. It goes homeless, homeless. But Jesus wasn't homeless. But says there's still hope anyway, because there's a home in his love or something. We didn't catch it because we were too busy laughing at the homeless part. But but Jesus wasn't homeless. Like, Jesus had a home. So you can't say he was homeless like Jesus. Jesus had a home. That was actually almost on pace. Well done. Have you heard this song before? No! Now I'm gonna go to sleep having Christmas songs stuck in my head. Darn you, Oasis Stream! Which I happened to run? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to end it here because... Oh boy. Am I getting exhausted faster than I figured I was going to. And I have to get up and stress in the morning. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the raid earlier, Shania. We will be back on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific for something. Yeah. I should probably send a rate. Send us. I'll go to this screen. I should probably send us on a raid to somebody who's. I've never done a raid before, so hold on. Stream manager. Raid channel. Yes. Let's do a raid. Just send some love over to over here, and have a good night, everyone. Bye.